Hello everyone, this is John Jenkins here, and Pepto Bismol right there in the background. So I wanted to make a video for you today, and the title of this video is "You Should Stay Poor," or "Why You Should Stay Poor." And I'm going to read to you from a list of reasons why you should stay poor. And the list, I've been thinking about this for a while. I've recently gotten my books. You know what? Hold on a sec. I recently, I recently finished these two books: The Millionaire Booklet by Grant Cardone and Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. And I was thinking, um, I've been in personal development for about a year and a half, and I was thinking this could be the time that I really get out of poverty and become rich. But then I was thinking, you know what? The more you learn about becoming rich, the more you realize that being poor is not that bad. Um, for many reasons. And I read another book earlier, a month ago, I believe. It was called "The Obstacle Is the Way: How to Turn Adversity into Achievement," something along those lines. "The Obstacle Is the Way" by Ryan Holiday. Ryan Holiday. So that got me to thinking that perhaps, and I've said this before, perhaps I should stay poor for the rest of my life. And you know, the reasons were multitudinous. First of all, I could write one or two novels a year. I could, you know, uh, build websites. I could uh, make comic books. I could learn how to draw finally. You know, I could learn a new language. Um, but if you're trying to become rich, and every waking moment you are trying to get money, you can't do what you actually enjoy. And that's the thing, is that it poverty calls to you. Especially in the United States, being poor in the United States is basically alt rich. It's basically alternative rich. And I'll come to that in another video. But being poor in the United States is basically being rich. And so when you're poor in the United States, you can do what you actually want to do. Google is free. You can get all sorts of free resources, and you can just do what you want to do. You know, I want to. There is this. I shouldn't mention this book. I won't mention this book, but there's this book at the library that I really want to read. But it's a reference book, which means that I will have to ride to the library every day of the week, and I will have to read the book every day. There are no. I can't finish faster by taking the book home. So there's so many books that I want to read at the library that are reference books, really important books that are reference books, and I really want to read them. So that's a good reason why I should stay poor. You know, the get rich the get rich people really frown on reading too much. They think you instead of reading you need to be working. And I just want to read. I just want to read. I want to draw. I want to program. I want to do graphic design. I want to do 3D modeling and animation. So here are the 10 reasons why you should stay poor. Reason number one, it takes a lot longer than you think. And, you know, people look at Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates was a millionaire before he was 30. Uh, People think that getting rich shouldn't take them more than 5 years. You should be at least a millionaire in 5 years. But it's going to take more like 40 years. And the thing that people don't understand is that, especially, for example, Mark Zuckerberg, you know, he's wealthy now, but there was a time in history when Jewish people had no money. Jewish people were not successful. They couldn't get jobs. They couldn't get people wouldn't do business with them. So there was a time when Jewish people were not at all successful. So it took thousands and thousands. Oh, I'm sorry, hundreds of years um, for the for Jewish people to see success in their lifetimes. And so it doesn't take overnight. If you've been not unsuccessful, and your family lineage has been unsuccessful, then you are not going to have that easy of a time. I know I'm not going to have an easy time getting rich. And you know, uh, the faster in my understanding, well, my hypothesis is that the faster you stay poor, the faster you can get rich. The more you stay poor, the faster you can get rich. Why? Because getting rich is a long process. If you stay poor and you stop focusing on the money and you just do what you love, the money will follow later. You have to do what you love now, and the money will follow later. So if you want to get rich, you have to. It, for the most part, if you want to get rich, you have to start poor, and you have to be poor for a long time. Most millionaires are self-made. They did not inherit their wealth. 80% of millionaires are self-made. They did not inherit their wealth. So 80% says that in order to be rich, you have to start out poor. So being poor is just preparation for being rich. So you have to use this as a preparation stage, as a staging area. Use your poverty area as a staging area for you to build great wealth. That's the first uh, point. The first reason why you should stay poor. The second reason is you don't have any support, and if you're poor, your relatives, your aunts and uncles, your cousins, even your family members don't want to have anything to do with you, and they won't give you the benefit of the doubt. They won't help you in any way. They might give you a few handouts here and there, to make themselves look good, but they're not going to actually help you in any real way that's going to change your life, because they want you. to stay beneath them so that they can feel better. So, but if you want to get rich, you need a lot of support. You need support from all corners. So you should stay poor because you know it's like in the Bible where they said one guy built his house on sand and it was washed away by the tide, and the other guy built his house on a rock, and it had a firm foundation. So if you don't have a firm foundation, you're not going to make it to the top financially. You need a really firm foundation. And another reason number three, all of your secrets will come out. Uh, I'm reminded of Donald Trump, who is our current president, when he was when he was not expected to win the when he was not expected to win the nomination, everybody just brushed him off. They said, "Oh, he's a foul mouth. Oh, he's stupid. He's schizophrenic. All this other stuff." But when he actually won the nomination, when he was actually about to beat Hillary Clinton, then people started bringing up, calling him a rapist, a pedophile. They went back. They went back. I don't know how many years, and they brought up every issue he had with a woman, every bad business deal that he ever had, every mistake he ever made in his life. And if you are going to achieve real success, then as soon as people see that you are trying to do something with your life, they're gonna come out of the woodwork and they're gonna expose every secret you have. And it, you know, okay, you could say, well, just deal with it. Let them expose your secrets and succeed anyway. You'll be happier in the end. But not necessarily. A lot of these secrets can land you in prison. If the wrong person hears them. Uh, so yeah. Reason number four is you can't buy love, and you know if you think that people will love you more when you're rich, which is the next point. If you think people will love you more because you're rich, you have something else coming. You cannot buy love. You cannot buy someone's genuine love for you. Now, one could simply argue that love doesn't exist, but whether or not it exists is beside the point. You still can't buy it. So, if the reason you want to be rich is because you want to be loved, then try loving yourself first. The only love you really need is the love of yourself. And you know, when other people love you, they they won't do it the right way because they don't know you, they don't understand you, and really they don't care about you as much as you do. So yeah, yeah. And the reason number five is closely related to the reason number four, which is people hate the rich more than they hate the poor. People hate rich people 10 times more than they hate poor people. Even rich people hate rich people more than poor people. And you hear about uh, 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 Occupy Wall Street. We are the 99%. All these different groups that come out and that will occupy or camp out and obstruct traffic and hamstring an entire area of the city because they don't like rich people, all because they hate rich people. They will, commit acts of vandalism, you know, um, all because they hate rich people. They will say the nastiest things, you know. Uh, because rich people are supposedly evil, and um, you will never see you will never see an Occupy Compton. You will never see uh, uh, an Occupy Flint, Michigan, an Occupy, Occupy Harlem. You will never see anything like that because people hate the rich much more than they hate the poor. If you're trying to be rich because you want people to like you, then you've got the wrong goal because people will hate you even more if you are rich. And uh, uh, and it's even animals will hate you more. It's like I had never been stung by a bee my entire life. My entire life, I had never been stung by a bee. But the second that I started reading about becoming a millionaire, I got stung by a bee for the first time. You know, and I know that sounds stupid, but animals can sense animals can sense a lot more than humans can. They can sense when you are changing as a person. They can sense your personality differences, your different auras, your different energies, and you know even they become envious of your success. And uh, so that's it. Yeah, yeah. Uh, I'm gonna put 6 through 10 on my Kickstarter channel. So I did 1 through 5 here. I'm gonna put the next 5 on my Kickstarter channel because this video is getting too long. It's already 18 minutes. So I'm going to stop this video and put the rest on my next channel on my other channel. Uh, yeah, and that's all I have for now. Have a nice day. Bye.